Osaka, Japan, and then, so this is actually the event I was at today. So they had 1,500 people at the event today, sold out, kind of like you guys are sold out there.
We have 1,501. Let's do the translation first.
It's just amazing how Big Club is it's just exploding still all over the world right now. All right, so let's just get started with the bad stuff.
Okay, lass uns mit den schlechten Sachen anfangen.
We'll get the bad stuff out of the way, and then from there it's just all good stuff. I'm sure you guys are just as frustrated as me. I don't know, I'm probably more frustrated than you are, that our hashing power hasn't gone up the way we thought it was going to go. As of right now, we paid for over 2,700 petahash. And it's looking like in the next couple of weeks, we will actually have at least 1,000 new petahash turned on, which will put us at about 1,600 petahash. From what we're being told, within a couple weeks of that, but let's just say end of July, we should have another 700 petahash turned on. There's 480 petahash that we paid for about 1 year ago that still is not turned on, and it's been so frustrating because we just heard excuse, every excuse you can think of on why it's not getting turned on. In the history of Big Club, in the last 4 years, we've had a lot of different contracts with different third parties. Both parties always have what they're supposed to be delivering on the contract. Big Club Network has always fulfilled 100% of what we agreed to in contracts. And I don't think we've ever had anybody deliver 100% what they promised on their side of the contracts. I don't think ever. So it gets very frustrating for us when we set up contracts, we pay the money, they have deadlines, they don't get met, and they make us look like liars, and it gets so frustrating. And since like September, October, when Bitcoin just started skyrocketing out of control, getting equipment, like, I think some of these companies were actually double selling equipment on purpose, just because there was such a demand for it. But it's looking like everything's going to be a whole lot more in our favor here in the very near future. So I know it's been frustrating that our power hasn't gone up the way we said it was, because we were told it was, but I think all that's about to be behind us very, very soon. And that's about the only negative thing I got. Everything else is going to be positive. The date we're trying to hit, just keep in mind, programmers are liars, but the date we're trying to hit is July 1st. So I've seen the new website, I've seen the new videos, I've seen the new back office. Everything's being translated in a bunch of different languages, and they're telling me website, videos, maybe the back office will all launch July 1st. Some of you guys have been around for 2 years. Your guys' group didn't start in the very beginning 4 years ago. But those of you that joined 2 years ago, you've gone through some tough spots with us. When most companies' website goes down, it never comes back up again. But a couple times we've had to have our website down for 7 days or 10 days, and everything comes back up. Everybody got paid their mining earnings while the website was down. And so when you have bad things happen, you get through it, it starts to build trust. But for new people that have only been in for 6 months, I know they can be like, man, there's all these issues, and why does this take so long? Why is the hashing power? You know, are you sure this isn't a scam? I see all these red flags. And people that have been here for 2 or 3 years are like, relax, we've been through it before, it'll be fine. When all of this new stuff gets launched, and now there's going to be so many more reporting tools and tracking tools in the back office. Support is going to have a lot more tools at their disposal to help everybody. Then all the people that have only been in for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, they're all going to be going, oh, so they really were working on stuff the whole time. So it's not going to be very, very long from now when everything's going to get really easy. Like, I know it's felt like you've been pedaling a bike up a mountain. We're about to go over the top where you're basically going to be able to coast down the mountain. Right again?
Can you repeat this, please?
Yeah, I know some people feel like, you know, building their big club business has been like pedaling a bicycle up a mountain. But here very, very, very soon, when all this new stuff launches, it's going to feel like you just went over the top and now it's just coasting downhill. It's going to be a whole lot easier. So if you guys have signed anybody up recently using the invoicing system, you're using CoinPay. And the whole thing about CoinPay is that you can pay part of the invoice in Bitcoin and then pay another part in Bitcoin Cash, pay another part in Ethereum. There's no other payment platform where you can do that and readjust the invoice. That is CoinPay. It is working basically perfect. We haven't had any bugs. Now we have a whole team of people working on making it simple for anyone to go to a business, teach them what is cryptocurrency, teach them what is CoinPay, and then how to integrate CoinPay into their business. Because there's so many different types of businesses, and we need to make it really simple, the same as them accepting Visa or MasterCard. Once done with CoinPay, it is working. That's the most important thing. Now it's just the making it easy to sell it. And then we're also working on the advertising platform so that the businesses that you sign up to use CoinPay can then market to Big Club members to get new customers to their businesses. Because if you sign up a business on CoinPay, you want to get paid every time they do a transaction using Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum or Clubcoin. So we got to bring them customers that want to use cryptocurrencies. The whole point of cryptocurrency, getting away from fiat money, and if us as Big Club Network can go out and get 1 million businesses, all of us that get 100% of our income in cryptocurrency, we won't need fiat anymore. We'll be able to buy anything we need with cryptocurrency everywhere. That's the whole point of cryptocurrency. We also have a lot of other things that we're working on in the background that we're not talking about. I'm not going to talk about today either, but just know that we're not just a mining operation. And it scares me to think about the future because we might end up dominating the world. All right, so I can see people that I've met before in the crowd, and a lot of these guys, you know, started 2 years ago, and a few of these guys are already millionaires and multimillionaires, but I know a lot of you came to this event to learn how you can become a millionaire or multimillionaire. Let me go back for you 4 years ago when we started Big Club Network. When we started, Bitcoin had actually been up to $1,200 and was coming down and was a little bit over $500. And it kept going down and down and down and down till it went below $200. I was doing meetings and presentations almost every single day for like that year and a half or 2 years about a year and a half, when it was down in the 200s and stayed in the 200s. And at the end of every presentation, I would always ask, does anybody have any questions? There was always one guy that would say, Bitcoin was at 1,200, now it's at 200, what's wrong? Literally every day. And all the time, I would go way back and I would show the charts on how Bitcoin went from $1 to $30, and then it dropped back down to $3. Now, when that happened, some people said, what's wrong with Bitcoin? Other people said, ooh, I can get Bitcoin cheap again. And then Bitcoin went from $3 and slowly worked its way up to $20, slowly. Then it exploded to $200. And then it dropped back down to $30. Some people said, what's wrong with Bitcoin? Other people said, woo, I can get it cheap again. So I would show these cycles and this continual pattern of the same action over and over and over again. And then I would show how it spiked to 1,200 and then came back down to 200. And I point at that one guy every day and go, some people ask what's wrong, and some people say, ooh, I get Bitcoin cheap again. So then Bitcoin slowly went up to 1,000 and then exploded to 20,000. Let's go back for a second. So when Bitcoin was at 200 for a year and a half, and I was doing presentations every day, I had on my phone and I would show them the price of Bitcoin. And I would explain that right now it's 200, someday I'm going to wake up, it's going to say 10,000. And when it does, I'm going to wish I worked harder when it was 200. So myself and a lot of the people that started Big Club Network in the beginning, we all believed in the technology and we had the belief that this trend was going to keep happening and it would explode to 10,000. And we wanted to be sure we were going to be ready. So there were hundreds of us that worked hard, and all we did was educate people on Bitcoin. Presentations, webinars, presentations, every day. And we have Big Club members that have collected hundreds and even thousands of Bitcoins. So in 2017, when that explosion happened, and Bitcoin went up to 20,000, literally hundreds of people in Big Club Network became multi-millionaires. If you go to an event of a 4-year-old network marketing company, and I'm talking about a company event, not a group event, a company event, they might have 1 or 2 or 3 guys that have become millionaires. We don't have a few, we have hundreds, and we have a few people that are now worth more than $50 million. For those of you that are brand new, I probably made you depressed. I didn't mean to make you depressed. I actually want you to be excited. That's the whole point of this story. Bitcoin jumped up to $20,000 and now just crashed down to $6,500. A lot of people are asking what's wrong. And by the way, when I talk about Bitcoin, I also mean Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum, because everything kind of goes in waves all together. Bitcoin is going to go to 50,000 and 100,000 and 200,000. It's only a matter of time. And it seems like in Big Club Network that whenever the price of Bitcoin goes up, our sales go up. And when the price of Bitcoin goes down, our sales go down. This is complete backward thinking. You get more Bitcoin Cash and more Bitcoin and more Ethereum. And by the way, when I say that, like, you're going to be able to choose here very soon what you get paid in. So you can get paid in one thing one day, one thing another day. Like, you can switch around if you want to. So I believe Bitcoin Cash is going to do the same as Bitcoin did also. Like, Bitcoin Cash is going to go to 5,000 and 10,000 and 20,000. Like, that's going to happen. So right now, if you cycle 4 times, like you cycled 4 times today, then you made about 1 Bitcoin Cash today. So most people, and this is the thinking I changed a long time ago, most people look at that as they made $800. Bitcoin Cash is going to go to 10,000. You didn't make 800 today. You made 10,000 today.